Uh, I didn't, in terms of, I don't think like they do. Okay, like even though the statistics about their obesity rates, so that's a different species. Okay, it's just the nature of the species in terms of becoming that heavy. So, like, I didn't realize they were heavy. What their reaction is to people that aren't. So it runs the gamut. Intelligent people, achieved people, thin people realize, like, probably I tried or whatever, or there's always a hope that things would be different. But then again, it can't be. It's like when a person gets old and becomes mean or something or sick, and then by the by the time they actually go, you're ready for it and you're actually happy. Okay, it's like that, but it's a whole species. So some people drink, some people do drugs, some people smoke cigarettes purposely. Um, right, like you really kind of have to forgo even the regular walking and stuff I was doing. Okay, because um, that's why we're not being like hit in the head with the hammer. Okay, the species. So they're programmed, like it comes off as really sort of sadistic and psychopathic because they're programmed to self terminate. So they have a hatred for good genetics and intelligence and kindness, all of those things I mentioned. Okay. So they sickened everybody in the population on Earth that appeared to have those good genetics. They purposely sickened people. Okay. Pork injections, mercury injections, putting children on drugs, all of those things. Some people even purposely make their children heavy, so it's different things. So um, they have nothing to rebirth into. So he's explaining it to them. It can take a while, like the other things. It's just sort of surreal when you're completely obsessed with me and then you try to pretend that nothing has to do with me and then you can't stop doing it. That's all your species does is mimic me, but because you're in your mass extinction now, it's really mean and scary and shockingly, grotesquely insane. Just the grotesque nature of the dominance and then trying to pick up little word phrases and stuff. And there's not enough brain matter to be the type of Neanderthals that your ancestors were. So I feel good. I mean, obviously, it's a very frustrating period to be living through, not being able to do any of my regular behaviors, um, just allowing you to do what you're doing. And I have an understanding of it. So, as does my husband. So, we're just sort of the two of us, just, relieved, like I said, joyous but relieved. And So you sort of feel like calmer and tired. And, you know, it's been a long 15 years. So you get a little bit tired, emotionally drained. There's not an ounce of worry. I know exactly what is happening and what's going to happen and what the future holds for me. So, like I was saying, is sort of like God pointing it out. It was pretty much over for you guys when I went to New Mexico. It was pretty much over. That's sort of explaining to you. And then none of you did that. You just spent all the time since then dominating me, stopping me from walking, putting me back on cigarettes, not letting me follow my diet, a continuous denial of reality. I'm wrong about everything. You're right about everything. You're popular. You're controlling a population. You're in charge, and all this like insanity that has no meaning to me. And then when I'm not paying attention, you try to draw my attention again because I explained it. You can't not do it. That's all your species does. It's you're trying to pretend to be my species. That's all your species is. To complete explaining it to you, and then each one of you will die and exist no more. I'm not in struggle. About acceptance and letting go and stopping your treatments you're doing. That was explained to you. You can't shut off the monetary system. You can't shut off your fuel. Um, I'm never going to understand you. You're never going to understand me. You're in a dying process. And then, like I said, I guess you can hope for some other form of life, but you won't be in these physical bodies anymore. You may have a world wherever you're going. I don't know, and I personally don't care. You're not a species that lives in harmony with me. So there's a lot of earth underneath me. I explained that. There's species that never have any contact with me. So you would be a species that will never have contact with me again. That's obvious. That's why the other species aren't busy at work bothering me and trying to kill me and stuff. So whatever it is, I would assume it's minute, but it will seem bigger or something to you. Because your brains are so reduced, you seem to really believe that you can change your reality with thoughts. That's not the teaching. It's about preparing for whatever you're going to be doing, that will seem completely real, not you can change reality here with your thoughts. Going to cycle anymore, you never reincarnate, you're not incarnated. In order to reincarnate. nobody's trying again, you're not doing the great reset, all of those things, you're still sort of reverting to that a little bit. So when you become super frightened, I would recommend that you agree to be medicated, which Barbara Kent wouldn't, and now she sort of secretly is. So that should help you. If you get to the point of being frightened and you always think someone's going to come and they don't come and stuff like